Hello, everyone, and welcome to Peasant Class Gamers Podcast, episode number 1. My name is Matt Miller, and with me I have
Eddie Cower,
Sean Jewell.
I'm Dylan Nobles.
And Ryan Farley.
All right, guys, and we're going to be talking to you about the latest games, movies, and tech. And to kick things off, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. So, Eddie, what you been up to?
I've actually been playing Red Dead Redemption lately, and I can't get over the fact how much it stands up to. I mean, how long has it been out now? 5-6 years?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's probably a little longer than that.
And I feel like I thought for a while that they upped the graphics, but they have not done anything with it. They just ported it right over. It doesn't have all the bugs that it had when it first came out, which was kind of the appeal of the game, if you really think about it. But I still can't stop playing it.
This is the on Xbox One.
Yeah, it's on Xbox One.
That's awesome.
Backwards compat, baby.
So I should probably pick up an Xbox One. I love that game.
Yeah. I didn't know how to do it at first, and it wanted me to buy the game for like $30. So I looked for my old disc, and all it says is for you to insert the disc, and it downloads from the 360 game, and now I can play it on. I don't even have the disc in there. It just plays right off the drive,
Really?
which is actually really awesome.
That is cool.
Pretty awesome. If only my PlayStation 4 could do that, I would never have to leave the house ever
The
again.
problem with that is you have a PS4.
Well,
Shots
those
fired.
fighting words,
We'll
bro.
get into that.
Fighting words.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the backwards compatible version of Red Dead is the frame rate is stable. Digital Foundry, I think. They did a little piece and they did some testing to see what the frame rates were at, and they are actually a solid 30 frames per second, which sounds like garbage now, but you know that's actually good for that game.
Yeah,
it doesn't have any
better.
dips.
For that time, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Tam way back when.
Sean, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing some more Uncharted 4 multiplayer online. It's a lot of fun.
Okay,
Shooting and running.
I
and
like
gunning.
that game. I played the story, but I never actually played the multiplayer. I haven't touched any of the multiplayer in Uncharted, really.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And if you're familiar with the single player, it's pretty much more of that.
Yeah.
So
Is that the only one that has multiplayer? Do any other titles?
So
in the
yeah, they
series?
started back on Uncharted 2.
Really?
So 2, 3, and now 4 have
I never played the
multiplayer.
titles, so I don't know. I mean, I've heard great things from you and other people and
Yeah,
everything.
it's a lot of fun.
From you and
Running
only
gun.
you.
Did
No,
me.
I'm just kidding.
Just me.
The Uncharted
And-
fanboy, baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a free DLC coming
Yeah.
every few months for the multiplayer, so that's going to keep it running for at least a year or so.
Okay,
So it's a lot of fun.
cool. What have you been playing, Dylan?
So I've been playing Paragon in the early access and alpha, beta, whatever it is. I know you played it a little bit, Matt.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
pretty much just kind of didn't know what the hell was going on.
I mean, if it's something free and I can download it and start playing it, I'm going to probably download it, whether it's
Sure.
complete trash or not. So I get a lot of trash, but that one was pretty fun, actually. I'm not a big MOBA guy, but that one was pretty sweet.
You know,
Yep.
I find that whenever I download a game for free, I usually don't play it for more than
Yeah,
15 minutes or so.
I find that.
So-
whatever.
Yeah,
There's a lot of free games I get from the Gold or from PS Plus that I haven't even opened, so
Mhm.
that's probably shitty. And I probably shouldn't do that,
Just
but
want to add them to your library.
like a
hoarder.
digital hoarder.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I have tons
I
of
got
stuff
enough
like
real shit.
That's what happens, and then you got to upgrade your hard drive and your PlayStation
How did it
and your
get this
Xbox, and then you get some of them Blu-ray discs with 200 terabytes.
Hey, no. Come on. Yeah,
Dylan's
Nobody knows what you're
introduced
talking
a
about,
new
okay?
technology to us called the 200 terabyte Blu-ray quad layer,
Look, I just misspoke. Okay?
Exclusively for Wii U.
exclusively for the Wii U.
Perfect.
Nintendo
Oh,
is really
shit.
innovating.
I mean, if we're still talking about what I'm playing, though, I did play Grow Home, and I got that one for free.
Okay.
I mean, that's actually that's a really interesting title. I've never played anything like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's really simple graphics. It's really kind of cool. You're just like this little robot guy. I forget what his name is. It's like an acronym or something. And basically, you're trying to make this plant. I think it's called a star plant. Could be. I don't know. You're trying to make it grow, and like you have to climb all over it. Like your mechanics are like really wonky, and you control like his clampers, and he has like a jetpack and stuff. I don't know. It's really
I
interesting.
don't like
It's
wonky
free.
controls, sir.
but it's not wonky controls. He's like a shitty little robot that can't stand up.
Oh, nothing like
All right.
shitty
He's
little
gonna
robots,
clamp
baby.
you.
I'm gonna clamp you.
But it's really fun. I mean, it's very simple, but I
That's
played
cool.
the whole thing through.
Is that a PS Plus game or no?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy it.
Yeah, it
but
was
Oh,
on
I
the
ain't buying shit. I got too
PlayStation
many
Plus.
games to play right
you
now.
might have it.
Okay, I'll check it out. Grow Home. I've heard of it. I haven't actually checked it out yet, though.
Yep. Been out for a while.
Ryan, what are you playing over there?
I'm playing the Overwatch.
Good lord, tell me what that game is about, boy.
The first shooter.
It's a first shooter.
person
First-
shooter.
first-
Okay.
The
It's
only
the first-
shooter.
it's the
It's the
the
first
first-
and only.
The number one shooter.
And you're just a bunch of characters that try to take points and
Okay.
push the payload.
I think hopefully people have played this game. It's pretty fun. It's frustrating as hell, and there's not hardly any content to it anymore. But I mean, I still find myself playing that damn game every night with you.
So
That's
what you're
correct.
saying is it's pretty fun, but it doesn't have the same fan base that Team Fortress does.
Ooh,
It's probably the
Oh, he went
same
there.
people that are playing
It's the
this.
same people.
I mean, maybe the people that are actually playing don't have PCs
will
with
say-
worthwhile equipment.
I will say that I played Team Fortress for a little bit, and I just sucked at it.
Yeah,
You
I
have
checked
to
it out.
play for hours and hours and hours to be really good at that game. But you can just pick up Overwatch and just play as a Reaper and play the game every
Oh
time.
my
Oh.
god! Ryan and I were playing earlier today, and there was three Reapers on the other team, and we're like, okay, no problem, 3 Reapers, we'll take care of that. And they fucking destroyed us. Everything we tried, there was a Reaper there to fuck us up.
They stayed as a group. And
Did you
Yeah.
try
it was
2
unstoppable.
Reapers?
No, I suck with
Did
Reaper,
you-
so I'm not going to
Yeah.
try that.
Fire with fire.
You could
man.
always,
Yeah.
turn to Xbox.
No,
Yeah.
because then
Then
you,
you actually
Goodbye.
then you get the points
penalized.
deducted.
Yeah.
Because you rage
Oh,
quit.
really? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, Blizzard is they don't like that shit.
No.
They'll ban you. They'll what was it, 75% reduction in XP?
Yeah, and you
Even when
can't-
their
and
servers
it's
go
not
down,
even
they'll blame you.
Yeah.
It's not even time based. You have to play the game to get rid of the penalty, and the penalty is like 10 or 15 games for the
Yep.
75% off
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
penalty hit.
So it's not really time.
So
Yeah.
for those 10, 15 games, it's not even worth it, but you have to do it if you want to continue playing the
That's,
game.
I mean, I
Right.
guess
Which I'm
that's
sure
fair.
it makes sense if you have people that are quitting on purpose. But, when the server goes down and you get hit with a quit penalty, it really sucks. And
Yeah.
you really have to look into that.
Or if your power goes out.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
if you rage quit.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nothing like rage quitting. Power going out is something that happens frequently,
Yeah, around
and
here.
it's frustrating
definitely.
as hell.
Yeah.
And they're gonna break all my shit. Okay, cool. I like Overwatch. You play anything else?
Mainly just NHL 16,
All right,
then NHL 17 when it comes out.
there you go. Hockey fans. If you guys like hockey, Ryan likes hockey, so he'll talk to you about hockey.
Mainly the Lightning.
Only the Lightning, though.
Lightning.
All their teams are what?
Jeez.
Trash.
Okay, that's respectable, I guess.
Add that to your vocabulary. That's a word you're gonna hear a lot.
All right. Well, as for me,
Trash.
I've been playing Overwatch, as I said, with my boy Ryan and Eddie, and yeah, that's a game, and we get destroyed in it. I'm not saying that I'm good, but I'll keep playing that damn thing. Blizzard's got me.
Would you say
fucking
we're
hooked.
peasant class gamers?
Yeah, I would say I'm a peasant on that.
Yeah.
If you guys ever check out our streams and you see us playing Overwatch, don't expect any MLG tier gameplay. Just come to listen to us die.
We
We
play
play bronze a lot.
Yeah, bronze. If you like bronze medals and
Yeah.
that's something that you enjoy, you put that up on your mantle. That's something that you're going to want to see on our Twitch.
If you need a
stream.
lot of them, these guys got them.
Well,
Yeah.
we all get together and we play strictly Mercy. We all just play Mercies.
We roll Mercy.
I mean-
5 deep.
Mercy Squad, and we can't win. What's
Bronze,
going
I
on?
don't get it.
Bronze adds up eventually, right?
No, not at all.
No.
No.
You stay. You
just
stay.
I mean,
Hey,
if I have
loser.
like a pile of bronze over here, that means
Hey,
something
I
to
like it. You
somebody,
can make a
right?
statue out of
means
that.
you have a lot of
That's
trash
true.
over here.
I'll take it. So besides that, I checked out Paragon a little bit. That's pretty fun. Like I said, I'm not a big MOBA guy. I haven't played a lot of MOBAs, but that one seems pretty fun. I like being able to shoot things. That's something I'm familiar with. And
Yeah.
then Battleborn. I played a little bit of Battleborn. I got it in a humble bundle for $15 with a bunch of other games, so I finally couldn't turn it down anymore. It's pretty fun if you enjoy playing the prologue multiple times because servers crash on you.
Yeah. Tell us more about that experience a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, there's nothing like so they have this clip in the beginning of the game. So like it feels like it's 20 minutes long, and they make you watch that clip every time with no option to skip it. I mean, that's just great game design. That's probably where they lost all of their player base because nobody wanted to play through the fucking prologue. But hey, at least we have that. So I played that, watched the video, server crashed in the middle of the level, booted me back to the main screen. I go, okay, no problem. I could probably go back to the same place. No, I start from the beginning of the prologue again, watch the entire opening sequence, can't skip it, happens 3 times.
You know, the worst part is the prologue's only 30 seconds long, but it feels like it's an hour.
Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, when I was playing it, the combat feels pretty nice. I like all the abilities, and I did see a lot of Overwatch type elements in it. I mean, they're not, a lot of people don't like the games to be compared, the two of them. They're supposed to be different, but I mean, watching the opening sequence as much as I did, I can pinpoint every Overwatch character in that fucking game. So
I think I remember a few comments here or there.
They got Tracer, they got the Genji, they got a whole bunch of people in that
Each
game.
one of them has like a different letter in the name.
Exactly. Henji.
Kenji and
Ponzo.
It's like the bougie versions.
But I mean, I've been checking that out. It's pretty fun. Sticking mostly with that Overwatch, trying to get good enough to actually be able to compete in competitive. Kind of stuck in that lower level hellhole that I can't get out of.
High 30s,
All right.
baby.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you
30s.
guys need me to join that team.
Yeah,
Well, it sounds
exactly.
like.
It is
So-
better with a group than it is by yourself. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
if you try and play that game competitive by yourself, you're going to lose every single game.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's one of those games that's set up
And the
for
fact
that.
is, you end up being the only one with a mic. For some reason,
Yeah,
every Xbox comes with a microphone, but
but no one
one
fucks
uses
people
them.
just throw that out.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
what's
Of course.
Or why
This-
would you plug in a microphone? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you want to communicate with other human beings when you play a team-based game?
Especially
Yeah,
competitive
there's no point in
team-based.
that. No.
No, it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
All right, well, that's cool. I'm glad that we're all playing games. It's good because we have a Peasant Gamer Podcast, so it's good that we do play games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we do that. So we're going to move into the news. We're going to try and touch base on some news that we found interesting within the gaming space. So first thing on our list to talk about is the NX leak. There were some leaked prototype images and some paperwork dealing with the NX. What do you guys think about that?
Is it really a leak?
Yeah. I
Did it
mean,
leak?
I don't
'Cause,
know so much as some of you guys
There's
do, but
reports that
I heard it was more of a
so
concrete evidence more than just a leak.
yeah, because so much information has come out
Yeah.
over the last year or so that they're starting to add up.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and it's kind of like all building on itself, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
like, one thing kind of leads to another one or confirms another or something.
No, I've heard that it's pretty substantial. It's definitely something that's worth looking at. It looks like it's a portable console, but it has the detachable controllers and looks like you can hook it up to your TV.
yeah, it has some kind of dock that hooks to the TV.
Yeah, I mean, like kind of what you're saying with like it being portable and like having a dock and such. There's some information, kind of rumor floating around saying that it can do, well, not can do, but it might actually be using Pascal-based Tegra X2
Okay.
as its processing unit, and that would be quite interesting because that would put it on a level with current generation hardware.
Oh, so it'll be
console-wise.
behind by the time it
Yeah,
comes
it'd be
out.
behind
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, when you
but we don't
consider
really know.
Xbox
The dev
S
consoles
and-
run on X1 right now, so it's like the current technology. It's been out for a while. I know Eddie has some X1 based.
Yeah,
tablet
I have
hardware.
a Shield tablet, and I think it was what $200-$300, and it
Mhm.
runs everything that I try and play with. Honestly, I've never had any lag or hiccups with that. Streaming
Yeah.
the Xbox to the Shield tablet, or just the own what's it called? It's the Shield Hub. It's basically a streaming service, and it lets you play all of these like AAA titles on the tablet with a
Yeah.
Bluetooth controller, and there's nothing. It never lags, never anything like that.
Well,
So,
when you think about it too, I mean, people kind of talk about like PlayStation Now available on like really high end smart TVs. I mean, those have incredible like quad core, octa core processors in them and stuff. So obviously, it has a requirement for a lot.
Yeah. I mean, hey. I mean, what do you guys think about Nintendo continuing to make hardware, though? I mean, as far as coming out with another console.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what it looks like.
I mean, I think we have to look at the power and what kind of third party support they're going to have
Mhm.
because they kind of screwed that up with the Wii U.
Yeah, that's for
Uh,
sure. I mean, looking at sales for the Wii U, they just came out. They're still below the Vita.
Yeah, I mean nothing.
Oh.
Nothing
Uh-oh.
stops the powerhouse of the PlayStation Vita.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
if you like your Vita, more power to you. I'm just letting you know that the Wii U's catching up.
You gotta be careful with those comparisons.
Well, I think it's
there.
gonna die, and Vita's gonna sit there looking at it. Just
Yeah, while it's in the grave
He's
with
gonna
it.
look right next to it. Next to it. Be like, how
Hey,
did you
guy.
die?
It's a couple's plot.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
well,
long
hey,
live Vita. There's
How?
we got our hardcore Vita fan base
All
that's keeping
three
it
of you.
alive.
Yeah.
Hey, but all three of us buy every single game that comes out for it.
You guys are all broke.
you'll keep the JRPG support alive.
Exactly.
And that'll be the JRPG console of the century. Okay, cool. So that's what we got for the NX. We're gonna move on over here to, since we're still talking about Nintendo, Pokemon Go. You guys played that before?
No.
Yes.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
What is that?
That stupid game.
I mean, it's
That's
fun.
exactly what it is.
It is fun. It's a fun game.
It's
Listen,
fun when
you
there's
have-
Pokemon worth
Yes,
catching around.
you have
Yeah.
you have your people that are getting hit by buses and trains because they're not looking, and then you have the people that
But then,
are literally not putting the phone down because
Yeah.
they're trying to catch a Squirtle or whatever it's
I've
called.
never seen
But
a
I mean,
Squirtle.
back to the people that are getting hit by buses and trains. I mean, that's kind of normal evolution, isn't it? Just weeding out
Yeah,
the dumb.
weeding out the
I mean,
weaklings.
come on. You're walking in front of a car on your phone.
Yeah,
And then
but
you blame the game.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
can't win a
natural
game.
selection right there, boy. If I ever seen any. No, that's cool. I like getting killed by trying to catch Pokemon.
Eddie, did you have something to say?
no, I just
I mean, you play it all the time.
Yeah.
I do not play it all the time because I have
Eddie's
not
the
gotten
mobile
hit by a
gamer.
car.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, like I said, it's fun if there's Pokemon around worth catching.
Yeah, but
You
there's
know.
no content, is there? I mean, you
I
mean,
catch the
that's-
Pokemon and then you get the gym and then that's it.
But I
right?
mean,
It's
that's
still
really the
pretty new.
hook.
you don't even get the gym.
You don't get the
Yeah.
gym.
But that's really the hook of Pokemon is catching them all.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but I liked Pokemon for going into the battles and going, okay, this is a stone type Pokemon. I'm going to use
Yeah.
this type water Pokemon against it.
But
I mean,
that's
that's-
why they have Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out this year.
That's true.
Which
So
is
you
true.
can
It's
pick
like
that
the
up and play
30th
that.
game.
I mean, I
do you
played
still
the new
buy that?
ones on the DS, the 3DS, and I don't know. It just when you have like 5 trillion new Pokemon, and I just want to play with my OG crew,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like that. When I pick up a freaking whatever the new ones are called, I can't even think
I don't
of
have
any
any
of
idea.
There's
them.
so many.
Yeah.
One of
there's
them's
too many.
called Sam Adams. Pretty
If you
sure.
get a Sam Adams Pokemon and he's
George
sitting there
Washington.
throwing that fresh brew at you,
I mean, I'm not complaining, but
I mean,
what is
I-
this, Surf?
I think also with Pokemon Go is it because it is all first generation Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why you get
So-
all those hipsters.
So it's guys like us our age that kind of saw Pokemon start up,
Right.
and even kids
Yeah.
they know all those Pokemon.
I think in addition to
So-
that too, it's on existing hardware. Like anyone that has like a phone
Yeah,
or a tablet
exactly.
can play it. So like, why
Why
wouldn't
wouldn't
you
you?
be
Yeah.
checking it out at least?
Which I think Nintendo should stick with the mobile platform. I think that's going to be what's going to help them and save them. If they start developing for other platforms rather than trying to stick with their own hardware. I mean, Pokemon Go didn't make that game.
No,
They own a small portion of, well, it's not a small, it's a
I
large
think it's
portion
maybe 10% actually
of the Pokemon
of
company.
The Pokemon company.
But they didn't make the game, and people realized that, and so their stock prices kind of plummeted because of it.
Yeah.
And that kind of sucks, but shame on the investors that didn't look up the damn information before they decided to invest in something. I didn't know it was that easy to trick a whole bunch
Yeah.
of people.
I don't
Well,
think they were trying to trick
No,
anyone.
no one
No,
is trying
I
to
just
trick
think
thinking
they
you.
were just
Nintendo
kind of like,
did.
watch this. I'm gonna make a lot of money.
Oh, I
right
know.
now.
They're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, come buy all our stock. Woohoo!
But I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, Pikachu.
Nintendo will see this and say, okay, we need to make that Animal Crossing or Mario
exactly.
Party or
Well,
Mario Kart
be a
would
fool
be
not
amazing.
to.
Think about this. Think about this game. Mario Party, like you said,
Yeah,
multiplayer, whether it's Wi-Fi enabled or just online enabled, and you find other people, and
Yeah,
then you
nearby.
just play.
yeah, that
Not
would
even
be
nearby,
awesome.
just online.
Yeah,
And you
sure.
play Mario Party. You play what is it? The Waluigi. You
Yeah,
pl-
or we
you
could
play
just
all
be
of
in the
those
room
games.
like this and
Exactly.
and
Well,
play.
awesome
Even if you
Yeah.
think of something like, I know you've all played the Jackbox.
Yeah.
You log in with the code, and then you can all play that way. And it's on your Xbox, it's on the PS4, the PC, whatever it is. The Shield streaming service. that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But until they get away from hardware and start going more into
software, which is what they do
software.
best.
exactly, it's not going to happen. So
Yeah, I agree. Oh. All right. Well, there you go.
What happened?
So, what else has happened with Pokemon? Something about a live action movie, Eddie?
yeah, I already got my ticket, so we're good there. Now, what was it? Legendary Entertainment? I think it was Legendary Entertainment. They picked up the rights for a live action Pokemon movie. And I don't know how I feel about that. It's going to be, what is it,
It's
Sean?
based off the Detective Pikachu, apparently.
Oh God.
Detective
Is
Pikachu.
that Detective
'Cause
Pikachu?
what we all know
SVU?
about
Audio.
Pikachu
So-
is that he is Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, so that game I think already came out in Japan, so we haven't seen it yet. But it's basically Pikachu. He talks, kind of has a deeper voice.
He
he
talks
sound
like
like
an old Japanese man.
Yeah,
That's
which
what I
is
was about to
very
say,
funny.
Like a
Yeah.
50-year-old Japanese
Yes.
man.
So
I have this
he's
little
late to
tiny
work,
1 point.
and he doesn't know what to do, and
Foot
he's
tall.
mad at
I don't
everyone.
think they're ever late to work in Japan.
No.
Those trains
No,
are
good
like
God.
Why would they be?
on point.
Those trains do go like 30
Yeah.
miles an hour. So
They literally are like they're levitating. Of course they're fast.
no, but it's gonna be interesting. A live action Pikachu movie.
Mm.
I don't know what to think
I've always
about
thought
that.
a live action Pokemon movie would be pretty awesome.
I just
It's
want to
probably, I
see
mean,
what that
it's
actually
Detective
would look like.
Yeah, I
Pikachu,
know.
so it won't be.
I'm
what I
sure it'll
want,
look good.
but-
Legendary Entertainment is a big production
What have they
company.
done? I don't know that
Well, I
name,
mean,
like,
they
off the top of my head.
produce a lot of films.
Underworld.
Underworld. That's the first one I was
Oh,
thinking.
yeah,
that
that's
was
right.
literally the last thing I would have brought up. They usually
That's
they've worked on,
actually-
I think, the DC movies like Man of Steel.
That's the first thing I
Godzilla.
was thinking about.
I wouldn't
Underworld.
have brought up Man of Steel,
So,
but okay.
well, some people like Man of Steel.
For if you like watching trash
Well,
for like an hour and a half.
Trash in your face.
Got 'em.
Superman might hear you.
Yeah,
careful.
Superman can hear you.
Superman is
I mean,
now
you know,
has that
underworld.
power.
whatever.
Hey, I mean,
I'll live with my.
they can just
my-
keep on pumping out more superhero movies.
Sure.
Oh, and they will.
Yeah, well,
They get that
we'll-
dollar bills, y'all.
we'll get on that in a little bit. So
Yeah. Okay. You guys played games before on an older Nintendo?
Of course.
which one haven't
So,
I
hold
played
on.
games on?
You like the old 8-bit?
Oh yeah, I love that thing.
Absolutely.
Well, how would
Super
you like to
NES?
do it again with the mini NES?
The
Or
NES
I can-
Classic.
I could just go into my closet and grab my old
Yeah,
one.
just pop that bad boy out.
you can just play on an emulator.
Or
I mean,
eShop.
I've
download
never
for
heard
the
of something
eShop.
called Dolphin either. I have no idea what that is.
You could probably
Dolphin
open up that mini
was-
NES and it's going to be like an SD card.
Oh yeah,
with like
it's
30
going to be
games on
a
it.
64
Raspberry
or a
Pi
GameCube?
inside
It's
of a
an
little
emulator,
box
64.
that plays
Okay,
an
so it was
emulator.
the 64 originally. One of the code names they had for it, I think. But yeah, the NES
the
classic
NES.
console.
I like the NES. It's got a lot of good games on there. I think it's a good idea. I'll pick
mean,
one up.
There's only a few games that you can't actually complete because they were just not finished. And they're actually in cartridges and retail
Battletoad.
packaging.
Right.
Battletoad's not on there.
That's not that.
That's not one of the 30 games.
Oh,
No, I just had a
shit, Eddie.
flashback.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can play Battletoads on the rare replay. I played that for about 15 minutes and then I threw my controller through my TV.
Yeah, that's about as long as you can play that game.
And then I took my Xbox and I threw it into a fire. And then
That
I
must
bought
have been
3
some
more.
fire.
So the game, the new mini NES comes with 30 titles.
Yeah, built
Yeah.
into it. And then the controllers are dirt cheap too. $10 a piece.
Yeah, $10 for an
It's not
extra
bad.
one.
That's
It
not
comes
bad.
with one, correct?
Yeah, it
It's
does
like
come
it's
with
a
one.
classic controller though, right?
Well, it's shaped like it.
The rectangular
That's-
one.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know.
care what
Now-
I mean, as
That's
long
cool.
as it's shaped like it.
Do you guys think they're going to make enough of these things? Or is this going to be one of those situations where everybody fucking bum rushes the store, buys them all, and then
Well,
resells
Yeah,
them?
I think
If
they're
I
going to
know-
sell out.
If I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
anything about the Wii
Right.
and the Wii U,
Yeah.
I'll never see one of those in my life. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's-
think they'll sell out. But
it's
we'll
really-
see. It's kind of a strange thing for them to be doing.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. I like it. It's like those old Atari. You go and they have those like $15 Sega Genesis or Atari things.
Yeah.
Those are kind of shitty. If they can do this one and they're good quality games and the controls feel nice, that'll be pretty sweet.
it's just out of nowhere. It almost seems like they found a 3D printer
Yeah.
and a bunch of SD cards.
They
What do we do
probably
with
Yeah,
this?
what
no
they
one's
probably
really-
had is a bunch of leftover plastic from all the melted down Wii U's that they had.
Oh my god. There's like no news that came out before it. Like they just kind of
No, they just said-
came out.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
hey,
no leak
by
or
the
like,
way,
Hey, remember when we used to make great content and hardware? Yeah.
Yay!
Here it is again.
Check it out. It's
Remember
smaller
us.
now.
Now you're
Money,
playing with
please.
power.
Yeah. Money, please. All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll give you some more great info. And we are going to talk now about some PC hardware.
All right. So you guys probably have heard of like the new
Nope.
AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards.
Oh
that
yeah,
come
I
out.
live for this shit. PC
All right.
Master Race, buddy.
So what's been really competitive a lot is the AMD currently, specifically the RX 480s. Now there's 4 gigabyte variations of those and 8 gigabyte variations of those. And the
Okay.
initial batch had 4 gig cards sold.
Right.
A lot of people knew a lot about that beforehand, those releases, and they were seeing that certain cards had been retail marketed as 4 gigabyte cards, but actually had all the memory still on board. And people were kind of questioning if they were just turned off. So it turns out that people were right, and they were just disabled. So the question kind of arose shortly after the release, if you could enable another 4 gigs of VRAM, like why wouldn't you want to do that by a cheaper
Right.
card?
Yeah, exactly.
So people looked into it, and apparently you can actually do it. People
Ooh.
have been copying over the BIOS of an 8 gig card with ATI flash
Oh my god.
and literally just dumping it like old school flashing. So people were buying a $200 graphics card, saving $60 to $100 from buying an 8 gig version, depending on the manufacturer, and just flashing the BIOS that someone else has already copied from a more expensive card.
Yeah, I heard about that with the some of the review cards that they sent out.
Yeah.
Or did the same thing, and they kind of figured that out when they were looking through the BIOS that it's the exact same card.
Yep.
And AMD ran into some trouble with were they pulling too much voltage right from the motherboard? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I don't think it was too much voltage. I think it's the TDP. So it's actually the voltage is all fine. There's no other like issues. They're just pulling more current than they had to meet the specifications for PCI
Right.
Express 3.0, I believe.
So what could happen with that? Can your computer just blow up in your face?
Not exactly. Really, there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of a standard thing to go on with like overclocking graphics cards and such like that. It's so much that they were touting that they were compliant
Yeah.
and weren't. But really, they're like just, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, another card did the same exact thing. And it was just that the computer, the motherboard could supply it, so it did. It wasn't so
Yeah.
much that they weren't doing anything the right way.
Now, I'm an NVIDIA guy. I bleed green. So
And
when-
black.
and I might have to get that checked out. I don't know if that's
mean-
supposed to happen.
For the NVIDIAs? What are you talking about exactly?
Well, I was just gonna say, so I'm an NVIDIA guy,
Uh-huh.
right? So I've had AMD cards in the past, and I don't know. I just kind of once I got my GTX 275, I believe, I haven't gone back to AMD, and I have two 970s right now in SLI on my computer, and I've been wanting to upgrade to a 1070
Mhm.
because of the added power for VR.
Yeah.
So, did you see anything about that?
Well, you have the Rift, so
Right.
really, I mean, you're gonna get more power, like no problem.
Yeah,
Anybody would, but there has been some information, I think, with both 1080s and 1070s,
right.
where like Vive is not working correctly with HDMI
Oh,
on them at all.
great.
So there's possibly a lot of problems that are coming out. They're supposed to fix a lot of this stuff, but people were looking into doing VR with 1060s because they're competitive,
Right.
but there's no SLI bridges in those.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But you
So-
notice that they have it in the PCB. It has cutouts almost
Yeah.
for SLI, but they just didn't add it in there, which is kind
I
of weird.
think they just didn't machine it in there. Apparently, you can do it with some of like the other workarounds that use SLI, but don't actually use a bridge.
Right.
I don't know too much about that.
Yeah, I
myself,
think
though.
DirectX 12 can support like a software SLI. I've heard of NVIDIA or AMD cards, I mean, using that feature.
Mhm.
What do you think, Ryan?
Ryan is he's a huge PC gamer. What do you got in your rig, Ryan?
I don't have one of those.
What are you
He
talking
he
about?
pushed the disk drive, and it's a cup holder.
Does he have some of those 200 terabyte Blu-rays that you
Oh, you
like
asshole.
200, baby.
200 terabytes.
That's gonna be the
man.
running
We're
joke.
living in the future.
Well, what's actually kind of interesting about you talking about like memory,
Yeah.
kind of plugging me again there. AMD just announced that they're going to do a Radeon Pro with onboard SSDs.
Oh,
So
really?
it's actually going to be a graphics card that can expand virtual memory. And as you know,
Right.
it's utilizing a PCI Express lane.
Yeah.
It's a graphics card.
As we all know.
Yeah,
As
well,
including
I would
Ryan.
imagine if
We
we're,
all know.
someone's listening to this and you're talking about graphics cards and you have some idea, Eddie.
I mean, you just gave someone a huge erection talking about PCI Express lanes and graphics cards and TDP. Oh,
But since it's using
And we'll
PCI,
be right back.
it has two PCI Express 3.0 M.2 slots on there, so you can actually add up on these cards currently up to 1 terabyte. Now they're pro cards, so they're only going to be used for like people that are doing like high-end graphics use
Right.
or video editing.
the CAD stuff.
But it's very interesting. I mean, it's going to push forward the demand that people actually have been doing for a couple of years now, finding out more into can we upgrade our graphics cards instead of just overclocking them.
Right.
You can actually add in like VRAM.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
A terabyte of textures. Like, can you even imagine that?
Oh man, that'd be freaking sweet.
like
That's
Skyrim.
a huge problem with my 970s. Everyone burns on them because the whole 4 gigabyte debacle that they had. So the cards advertise 4 gigabytes, but they only have a 3.5 gigabyte usable VRAM. So kind of sucks. I have a 2K monitor, so when I use that, sometimes I shit out on higher quality games just because the textures are so large.
Now, let me ask you: Did you queue in on any of the legal issue with that?
I
'Cause
just saw something about a what is it
you get a $30 payout.
if I would have bought them probably from an actual store.
Well, I mean,
Craigslist.
I was about to say from an actual store. Okay.
I mean, I could go grab that baseball bat and go run into the guy I bought it on Craigslist and beat the $30 out of him. But I don't know if that'll hold up in court.
Probably.
All right. So you being a Nvidia fanboy, you might be interested in this. I mean, I haven't looked into
Lay
it
it
too much
on me.
myself, but there's people that really don't want to move to Windows 10. So there's been some news apparently with Windows 7 to Windows 10, both running DirectX 9 or DirectX 10, that actually there is a benefit of moving into 10 that supposedly you will be getting on NVIDIA up to a 7% graphics increase.
So
And-
just so you guys, you can't see this, but I just handed Dylan a picture.
I saw
of,
this yesterday.
There was an Xbox kiosk at the Best Buy, and it has a Windows 10 giant blue screen. It's telling it to upgrade to Windows 10. I thought that was pretty funny. Being
Yeah.
as
It's
an
actually like an
Xbox
interactive
kiosk.
touch display. And
Yeah.
it says, sorry to interrupt, but this important Windows 10 free upgrade offers ends July 29. Upgrade now.
Not even Microsoft's can escape their own Windows 10 upgrade warnings.
But if you do it, apparently if you have NVIDIA graphics cards, you might get up to a 7% graphics increase, like actual frames per second. And AMD's actually, believe it or not, 20%. They've seen it on some cards. Just by changing the operating system.
Blasphemy.
I mean, that's not bad.
No, but I've heard with the new AMD cars that going forward with DirectX 12, they're going to kick ass. And they're supposed to see some serious gains over the current NVIDIA selection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because they've been working so much with that architecture. With the hell am I thinking of?
Oh, don't ask me, man. I can't think of it right now.
You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm, I do.
Mantle. Something
Yep.
with Mantle. They
Yeah, they've been
worked in
working a lot with
Mantle and then
that.
that became something else. And I can't think of it right now, but that's what it is.
All
Can't
right.
think of it either.
So
I mean, some other interesting stuff is really kind of quick. Intel. I mean,
I've heard of them.
I've heard of them too. Have you heard of Intel?
Who?
Intel?
Oh, yeah.
What do they do, Ryan?
Don't know. Something with computers.
That is correct.
Very
You
accurate,
win.
sir.
Yes.
Very good. Intel is now making all their processors completely conflict-free.
Is that
So-
like my blood diamonds? Now I have to get fucking conflict-free processors.
there's no
everything
blood
they're
spilt
using-
over these things.
What's that?
There's no blood spilt over them.
No. All
I don't
your
want
tantalum
them
is blood-free.
Unless there's some blood on
Yeah,
it.
it's gotta.
Then you know it's good.
I mean, it's actually pretty cool though. I mean, to be honest with you, so
yeah, no, I can appreciate
it's
that.
kind of like corporation, like take Costco. Like they want to get macadamia nuts, they build a factory, they pave roads, places, and they give people jobs, and they actually like take care of them and stuff. I mean, it's something that's positive at least.
Yeah.
That's good. Didn't Intel just go through some major layoffs? Did you hear about that?
A little bit. No, tell me more.
I just heard that they laid off a bunch of people going into it. I don't know. They're not doing as well as they used to. And I mean, it probably has to do with processors now are reaching that point where your computer from 5 or 6 years ago is pretty much doing what most people want it to do, which is browse Facebook and check Pokemon Go updates.
That's a pretty big thing that's going on right now too. Is a big debate of why are graphics cards every generation getting like a 50 to 60% increase in performance, whereas processors are 10, 7, 5, even in some cases 3% increases from the previous generation.
Yeah, and they're hitting that theoretical brick wall too, where they can only get so. Yeah, exactly. They can only get so small before they're going to start hitting that point where they can't get any smaller. They can't fit any more transistors on that thing.
Let's see. The only other thing that's kind of coming out is it's pretty interesting for enthusiasts like you and I. What is it? Kaby Lake? I don't know. The next generation they're supposed to be. I don't know if it's working on Broadwell or whatever it was.
Hey Ryan, I know something that you can refer to. You know Junkrat, right?
Who?
Junkrat.
Oh, Joker,
Overwatch?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, you know how he goes TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's kind of like Intel. They had TikTok, TikTok for the processors.
All right.
I just thought you might like
I
that.
get that
You like that? You like the reference now?
You get where we're going from?
Ryan is still here, guys. Ryan's still here.
Well, it's supposed to be enthusiast based a little bit. Supposedly, the S versions of those processors are out. There's some benchmarks out there of an i7-7700.
Oh shit! Is that the like $4,000 one? You heard about that?
I don't know. So maybe you know a little more about it. But apparently that thing turbo boosts from factory up to 4.2.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive for a not unlocked processor and also not technically a full enthusiast processor.
Right.
So hopefully the next version that comes out, the X moniker they're going to use, there's people hoping that the from factory turbo boost hits 5 gigahertz, which Intel hasn't done in forever because they've been relying so much on efficiency, which is a lot of like mobile processing, and that's a huge part of Intel's market.
Yeah.
Is mobile devices, tablets, and laptops.
Which it makes sense.
But just it's so nice to have something available that's coming to us pretty soon.
Yeah. I was referring to the Intel 10-core processor that they came out with.
Oh, yeah.
That thing, the friggin' monster, that has no, nobody needs this. Nobody in their right mind needs this.
I mean, come on, why not?
Yeah. But that thing was ridiculously priced. A $600 processor. Oh, no, it's $1,000. That's
yeah,
right.
I was going to say it should be closer.
Yeah. That's good. It just brings down the price of the other ones.
And I guess finally, because you said listen to this monster. I mean, if you're going to go for something like that, Dell just released and actually is for sale a 30-inch 4K 120 hertz OLED display.
How much?
It's a nice MSRP. It sells on their site for $4,999.
Shit, Dylan.
Damn it.
I don't know if
Dylan, we haven't got our
donate and
sponsorship
subscribe.
money yet.
Donate and subscribe.
it has
Donate.
1 millisecond
We
response
need this
time.
Dell 4K monitor, please.
So sign
you had
a
the
personal loan in
OLED.
our name.
Okay, I like that. If I could afford it, hell, I would get it. Because
It's
there's
got
nothing
great
like sitting a
specs.
foot away from a 4K display. Beautiful.
If you want
Yeah,
video
they're really nice.
podcasts, please donate and subscribe.
If you want to
come
see
on,
us in
guys.
4K Ultra HD, we're not going to be able to edit video on a regular old peasant 2K monitor. We're going to need that 4K.
We threw all of those in the trash.
Now, what's very important is it has 100% Adobe RGB.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's always great to have.
Oh,
Always.
dripping, drenched.
Thanks for chiming in, Ryan.
You're right, Ryan. You're right.
All right. Well, that was our PC hardware section right there. If you guys like that and you want to hear more of that kind of stuff, let us know. Because me and Dylan, as you can tell, we like that stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
How
just
does all of that make sense for us console gamers?
It just shows you
doesn't,
how
unfortunately.
inferior you are.
Wow.
Matt wins.
I mean, that's the gist of it. I mean, if you like to play games on the PC, this is kind of the shit that you're going to care about. I like it. Dylan likes it. We like to play on the PC. My frame rates are high, and more power to us for it.
We like good textures.
I like
our games
textures.
actually look good.
Yeah, and
Look
plus,
well.
I got my Rift, like Dylan mentioned, and I can't play with that yet on my Xbox. I know what you're up to, Microsoft, don't bullshit me and tell me that the Rift support is not coming because I'm onto you fuckers and I know it's going to be there. So when I get my Scorpio and I'm playing with my Rift on there, I'll be a happy camper. But for now, I like playing PC games.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, now that we established PC Master Race on this podcast, we're going to move on to Comic-Con was last week.
Yeah,
right?
last weekend, yeah.
Last weekend. And
Nice.
Sean really likes comics. Why don't you tell us
Yeah, I like
about
comics.
Comic-Con?
The problem is they don't really talk about comics too much at Comic-Con.
I like cons.
But they do talk about movies a lot. And there was
Well,
there was
that's
a lot
what
going
comics are nowadays, aren't they? Just movies?
on. Yeah, pretty much.
Movies based on comics.
You attach a budget to it and then you put it on the big screen.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. But
You're a fucking inker.
yeah, there was a lot of different things, but I think two of the most important things, I think, or at least things that I looked at and had a big old grin on my face was Wonder Woman and Justice League.
Ooh.
So we watched those trailers earlier.
Right.
Wonder Woman was pretty action packed.
Yeah, I was
I don't
surprised.
know about Wonder Woman.
I wasn't
Wait.
until I saw the trailer and
Let
I
me ask.
realized.
Does it have that sick ass guitar riff?
Oh, you know it does.
It has that?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it does, then I'm in because when I watched Batman versus Superman, that got me engaged real quick.
Everyone loved that.
It's surprising that how much that can trigger you.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing about Batman vs Superman was the rift. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, when I woke up from my nap halfway through the movie and that riff was going and Wonder Woman was standing there, sick, dude.
It was.
sick.
Yes.
And then it played again and again and again. I fell asleep again because it was like a lullaby. It was awesome.
It was what, 3.5 hours later?
Yeah, there's nothing like watching all the Lord of the Rings movies put together and putting the title Batman versus Superman on it because that was awesome.
Yeah.
I also like how there was a lot of explanation of how Wonder Woman was just there. Like, she just kind of
Oh, I know.
just existed. And
Yeah, she was just kind of hanging out.
Never made an appearance before.
Well, that's what this movie's
she
for.
was the real badass in that movie.
Right.
When
I
she
think so,
showed up,
too.
she was
Yeah.
she was tearing it up.
That's why they had an awesome guitar riff.
Oh, I know. That got me
And
fully.
those drums.
well,
If
okay.
you look closely, she
Into
was
it.
actually handling the guitar.
Her hair was playing the guitar riff.
She was lassoing the chords.
So I mean, we all know how we feel about that film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
But
loved it.
what about carrying forward with Batman?
Well, we do know that Ben Affleck's, I guess, writing or directing the next Batman flick.
Yeah, and I kind of
Now-
think that actually is not a bad thing.
What was
I
your
love
guys'
Affleck.
opinion on Affleck in that movie?
I love Affleck. Affleck's
I
the
thought he
best.
was pretty good. I thought he
Yeah.
was a good Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good
He was
Batman.
very
You had
beastly.
to get over the initial shock that he's going to be Batman.
Exactly.
I don't really
But-
have any beef with that man. You know, some people hate that bastard, but I have no problem with
He
him.
was fine.
I think he works really great as Bruce Wayne as well.
Yeah.
So
hmm
Man, that was a dark fucking Batman.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was an evil bastard.
Well,
Yeah,
and,
he
and
was-
they've already established in that film that Robin is dead.
hmm
So
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
a
I
little
can
bit
understand
older.
why he'd be a little upset
Mm.
over time.
But going back to the trailers,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to think about the Wonder Woman trailer. to tell you the
I mean, it
truth.
looks cool.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I think
until
where it was based out of and how they put her in it was actually really good.
going
I
back to
definitely agree.
like World War
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, like I think I mentioned to you earlier, it's like an origin story, but they didn't like just. What the hell? Technical difficulties here. They kind of dump you into it, but like at least it's not like complete beginning. I don't know. Like there's something
Yeah.
like she's finding who she is.
Yeah,
You know?
and
Yeah.
I think what they did is they introduced her in Batman v Superman, and now people are like, "Well, we want to know more about this character, so
Which
here's
is
this
great.
movie."
Yeah, for people that just have no idea
Yeah.
about comics at all.
Right.
I
And,
agree.
And then if,
You know, I have something to say about Wonder Woman, though.
what's that you
what
have
is
to
that?
say about Wonder Woman,
I think
Matt?
it'd be better to let you listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh God.
Yeah, that
Got
sounds
like
horrible.
13.
So
That was the Wonder Woman riff. right there, over and over on repeat, on loop.
That was our guest appearance.
The guest
in
appearance.
the trailer.
Episode
Wonder
1.
Woman
She just
came
showed up.
and played it for me.
It was what, below 15 seconds? We don't worry about licensing fees.
No, there's
Yeah.
no fees anywhere.
Yeah, we're good. What's the worst that can happen?
But Ben Affleck, I mean, you know, Justice League. I from the trailer, you know, what do you think?
I think it looks cool. That trailer. Well, it was more a couple scenes
Yeah,
than a
that's
trailer.
true.
Him talking to Aquaman and Flash. Thought was really cool.
I thought
Really
that was
fun.
pretty cool too.
Yeah, especially Flash's reaction.
Flash looks
Yeah.
awesome.
The
I will
boomerang
say.
to
Is it
the
Barry
batarang.
Allen? Is it the
It is
one
Barry
from
Allen,
the
but it's
CW
not
show?
from CW.
Oh,
which
damn.
my first initial reaction was, CW does an awesome job with the Flash. Why would you switch the character? Why would you switch
Yeah.
the actor? But the guy, no, he did a pretty good
Yeah,
job
Ezra
in
Miller.
just the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think it's kind of cool because it seems like the little bit I saw there, and I had not seen what Eddie was talking about, the current Flash. But it seemed like he was like an established character. It wasn't just like he was just a tag along. Like it seemed like he was bringing a whole story to the Justice
Yeah.
League. I mean, it was just a little clip, but
Yeah.
I kind of got that.
I mean, I
feeling.
saw Flash. I saw Cyborg, Batman,
Yeah.
Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
So
Can't-
we know Superman's maybe gonna be in there. They show him in the. They did have a group photo of all of them. So
Oh, I didn't even see that.
What about Doctor Strange?
Doctor
Oh.
Strange.
I saw the extended trailer.
I'm quite interested in
He-
that.
That actually looks really sick to me.
You know, it does look
Yes.
really cool. It looks different from
yeah.
the other Marvel flicks. So
Mhm.
I'm actually looking really forward to it.
I really like Inception, and there was a lot in that trailer that reminded me of Inception.
Yeah, someone told me the same
So
thing.
I think I
Reminds them
will
of
enjoy
Inception.
Well,
it.
if you look
Inception.
at if you look really closely at the Justice League trailer, I can't remember at what point, but in the corner behind Batman, it's Pikachu. So, so I think that ties back into the Pikachu
okay.
movie.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Is Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
Yeah,
Probably.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in it.
Yeah,
and-
okay, good.
Oh,
He
Movie
he's
of
in
the
all the
century.
dreams of everyone in Justice League.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the only reason why they would want to join the Justice League is if that idea was implanted in their brain
Probably.
through Inception.
through Inception.
by an artist who drew the comic.
Exactly. All right, what else was at Comic Con? Anything I should know about?
Sweaty guys and girls.
Okay, those are always good.
Yeah, they did release Luke Cage Defenders and Iron Fist trailers.
Did they
For
say
the
anything
Netflix
about
series.
the?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
Did
don't know
they-
much about this.
Say anything
Yeah,
about
neither do I.
who am I thinking about? Punisher, Netflix Punisher.
Punisher, no, I
They
think
are
he
doing
popped
that.
up
They
for one of
already
the.
established who's going to have his own season. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I just didn't know
Yeah.
if there was any news coming
I mean,
out.
he
from
was pretty
Comic-Con
cool in
about it.
that show.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bernthal.
Bernthal.
Can't remember his first.
Something.
I'll go
Bernthal.
with that. That sounds like a good name.
Bernthal.
We remember that much.
All right. Comic Con sounds like it was good then. Lots of trailers.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Lots of exclusive trailers that popped up on YouTube like 30 minutes
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think they
Yeah, that's
they
true.
decided not to make the mistake they did last year,
Right.
where they were getting people recording them on phones, and they were just
Yeah.
like, "No, we're
There's-
gonna put them
everybody
out."
has a phone
There's
on
no
them.
point.
So
in
apparently
trying to
there
be
is a
exclusive.
Guardians trailer
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that we
that's
haven't
right.
seen yet.
I think it's Spider-Man.
No, there. Did you
Spider-Man?
happen
The
to
Homecoming.
catch any part of like their presentation? I guess their
For
panel.
Guardians,
Yeah,
I didn't see it, but I heard they just
It was.
confirmed Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell's gonna be Star Lord's dad. So, I mean,
Did you say
that's
Sylvester
I think
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah,
For what?
I don't know. We'll find
Have him
out.
on the panel.
No, they had Kurt Russell
Yeah,
came out at
Kurt
the end.
Russell.
Didn't
Yeah,
he?
I believe he was there.
Yeah,
So
they had a lot of fun with it though.
Okay.
Like it looked like a quality panel. It didn't look like something stupid. and
Yeah, I
campy
mean
or
it's
whatever.
Right.
Guardians, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it too.
Well, speaking of Comic Con, we're going to be going and seeing Suicide Squad on Thursday. And, we wanted to kind of tell you what our expectations are of that movie. We're going to put up a review right after we see it, kind of give you guys an idea of whether or not it lives up to the hype, which it is a fucking massive hype train right now.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
First of all,
So is Batman vs Superman.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that
Well, that was
the
for a
trailers
while.
look sick for that too.
Yeah.
Remember, until they
So they
put
do
the
end trailer, yeah.
they put the entire movie in the trailer,
Yes.
and then
And
that
they
was
did
not
that
a
with
mistake.
Suicide
The
Squad,
one
too.
thing that I do
Yeah,
like
that's
about
true.
Suicide Squad right now is after months of hyping up and trailers and interviews and pictures, I still have no idea what the movie's about.
Well,
Yeah.
if you watch the last trailer, it does tell you.
I haven't
the
seen it,
last-
and I'm staying away from it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what ruins it.
It does give you a lot,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, there's some people out there that probably know a little more about it. They probably just seen some press screenings or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if you can stay away from that kind of stuff, you'll still be having a good time, I imagine. I am honestly looking forward to the soundtrack. It's supposed to be amazing. There's a lot of like really good like scores for it. I mean, obviously, I'm not huge on that stuff, but like if it's something where I'm watching the movie and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but like it actually gets me into it just because of like it's an
Tickles your
engaged
ears.
experience.
Like that Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the
no,
riff.
Wonder Woman
Sick
tickles my
riff.
ears, dude.
Speaking of scores,
Mhm.
it's not really pertaining to Comic-Con, but
Score.
Stranger Things on Netflix.
I haven't seen it yet.
I watched the whole thing twice.
I
Honestly,
think that's
twice.
the point of
Okay.
Netflix.
It is awesome. It
heard.
is one of the best shows I've seen.
What is it about? Is it
this year.
scary? I don't
So
like scary.
the whole thing about
Is the
the
worst.
show is
Yeah.
about Detective Pikachu. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh Jesus! And that's the end of the podcast, everybody.
The show is it's sci-fi. It's not scary.
It's like
there
80s
are
sci-fi.
yeah. It's almost like a rift to hell,
Oculus Rift?
basically.
A what?
A
To
rift
hell.
To hell. So there's
Opens
kind
up.
of like a portal.
Like Doom?
It's
almost?
a portal, and before giving anything away,
Yeah, because I didn't even know there was going to be hell there.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Is
Yeah,
this
thanks
like
a lot.
Doom
a
now?
kid disappears.
Should we put a spoiler alert on this podcast?
I think, I think that's spoilers. Damn,
not a
Eddie, I didn't know
spoiler.
any of that.
Yeah, you,
No, I mean, because you can watch one of the trailers, and I think it kind of.
I haven't
If you
actually-
watch a trailer for
I
the
didn't
old
watch
movie
any
The
trailers.
Abyss,
I haven't
like
seen
that.
the
A
trailer
kid
for
disappears. His friends try and find him,
Mhm.
and his mom goes crazy trying to find him. But it's
okay.
the score
pretty
is
serious.
beautiful. The visual is amazing. The cast is awesome. Everything is right about the show.
See, I had someone else kind of tell me because they watched the whole thing too, and how they explained it is it's kind of like you get a little bit of story from characters, but it's all the same storyline. Like they don't all like they're
It's
separated then come
they
together, but it's the
all-
same storyline, but you
Okay.
kind of get a little bit here and there.
There are about 3 arcs of the story,
Okay.
but they're all connected.
Yeah.
So
what else is there's something that reminds me of something. I'm trying to think of another series or movie that's like that.
There's a couple that are like that.
the ones
but
while I was watching the ones that came up to mind were Twin Peaks. If you ever seen Twin
yeah.
Peaks,
Okay.
because it has that kind of like dark suspense. Fringe, you guys remember
Okay.
Fringe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Which
watched all
was
that.
awesome. I loved Fringe, but it had that like mysterious characters and everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another one that I can't remember now. Super 8, the movie Super 8.
Okay.
That's kind of what it reminds me of. And again, what everyone is saying is like E.T.,
All the
the
cool
Goonies.
80s stuff.
It's
Oh, they
all
did the
80s
80s, yeah.
nostalgia.
So
But it's not
It's awesome.
campy. Like it's a serious.
No, it's serious. It's
80s
not-
wasn't campy, bro.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
best thing
bro.
about it is the kids that are looking for this kid, they're dynamic. You look at them and they don't seem like amateur actors, even though I've never seen them in anything before.
Yeah.
Their chemistry is awesome. I don't know. I can't say enough about the show. Just go watch it.
So, how many episodes is
It's 8,
it? Okay. Sounds good.
That's
not
not too
bad.
bad.
which is like 40 minutes each, 45 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can knock that out in a day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I don't have a job or anything.
Yeah. Now I don't know what to watch.
All right, guys. Well, before we wrap up here, anyone else have anything they want to add?
I mean,
Batman.
yeah.
Telltale
that's
Games.
right.
Batman.
Yeah, so there are a few upcoming games.
Okay.
For
what are you
August.
looking forward to?
So, like he said, the Batman Telltale game.
I think Sean, you would know a little bit more about it. Than
I mean,
would.
honestly, I know it's a Batman game from Telltale,
Yes.
and
I'm
that's
trying
all
to
I'm
stay.
looking for.
I'm
Could
trying to
you-
stay away
Could
from.
you tell me more about that?
It's probably
Oh.
very similar to other Telltale
Undrop.
games.
Sure, it's
Just
decision
plop
making
Batman
and-
in there.
Yeah,
So
but it's supposed to be really cool. Other than that, Overcooked. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about Overcooked.
No.
never heard of it.
So if you have played Jackbox on Xbox One, Jackbox Party Pack.
Yeah, I
whatever it's
think
called
we've
now.
played that before.
Um,
okay.
Basically, the whole premise is just co-op, couch co-op.
Okay.
which is missing in all of these games.
Yeah,
in
pretty
all for years it's been missing, and it sucks because growing up you used to play these games 2 controllers, 4 controllers.
Yeah, that's all you had.
That's all you had, and it was awesome. But people got away from it. So Overcooked, I think it's up to 6 players, and basically it's a you look down on a kitchen, right? And you have like 2 people over here, 2 people over here. And the people over here, they control 2 little guys, and there's stovetops and just it's a kitchen on both sides. And they have to grab ingredients. And on top on the left shows what you have to make, So it shows carrot, lettuce, right? And that's the dish. That's the salad. So they have to grab all that stuff, put it down. The people on the other side have to come. They have to chop it up, put it on the stovetop.
Mhm.
And it's just the controls are not wonky or anything.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's inverted. It just looks, just watching everyone play it, it looks a lot harder than it is.
Is it what was that game where those guys were playing as the piece of toast and they can't touch
I
the
Am
ground or
Toast.
something?
I am
bread?
I am toast.
I am bread.
I am bread.
Is it
I am
like
bread?
that? Is it like where you have to cooperate precisely?
You control your own character, so you
Okay.
don't have to cooperate. But there's lots of challenges. Like you have mice come, or cockroaches, whatever they are, and they come, and if you don't grab your stuff in time, they'll come and they'll grab it from you, and they'll try and run back into the cupboard or whatever. So you have to be really quick about what you're doing, and you have to feed a monster. It looks really awesome. It'd be something really fun to play with like 4 of your friends, 6 of your friends.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's August 1st, August 9th, something like that.
So it's right around the
And,
corner.
and
Yeah.
what platforms was that on?
Right now it's Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
There,
Well,
So I'll
Another
definitely
reason
be
I
picking.
gotta get it.
I'll be
Visit
picking
with
that
you
up, and
guys.
I'll be playing
PC
that.
Master Race will get an emulator soon enough, boys.
We get the cook thing,
Yeah, it's just like your kitchen, except it's digital,
and you don't.
and you don't get to eat it at the end.
oh, well.
You have
yeah.
to work.
Maybe
You have to,
10 out of 10.
Don't
but you don't have to clean it up though.
You don't have to clean it
there's
up,
no cleaning up, Brian.
which I could
because the
appreciate
cockroaches
that.
apparently get it.
You actually do.
Yeah.
To win the
So-
game, you have to clean it up. No, I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, you finish and then just somebody comes to your house and just dumps a ton of shit all over your
And
kitchen.
you have to clean that up. And you have to pay them.
There is there's a few big releases coming out this month. They got NFL 17,
Yeah.
Deus Ex. There is that Resident Evil 4 remake coming to all platforms. Attack on Titan.
Okay.
You guys heard of that anime show?
Oh yeah,
They got a game
it's
coming.
huge.
Very interesting.
That's also going to be on
Gonna be
Vita.
A
huge.
new game?
It's going to, on Vita.
Not the one that I played like a
On
year
Vita?
ago that sucked?
No, I don't
Okay.
know. Was
A
it?
better game?
Did you say it's on Vita?
It was on Vita. It's going to be
Oh.
on Vita.
Oh,
I wasn't
God.
planning on getting it, but now I might be
Attack
getting
on
it.
Titan.
Attack on
boy.
Titan.
Because
I guess I'll never
it's
get
on
to play
Vita.
it.
I guess so.
But the big game, I think the big game for August is going to be No Man's Sky on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick that up.
So, yeah, it looks a lot of fun. It's going to be really interesting to see how things play out on that one.
I'm going to
Yeah.
wait a little bit to pick it up.
You mean after you get your PS4?
after I buy a PlayStation and I upgrade my PC?
I'm just gonna
So-
buy it on PC.
But
Is
I
it
When
on
does it
PC?
come out on PC?
think it's the 9th.
yeah, I thought
the
it was
12th?
It's August 9th, yeah.
I thought it was
It's
both
simultaneous
release dates.
PS4,
I
PC.
I'm pretty
think
sure.
we could
Yeah.
all be wrong though.
Pretty
That's
sure.
true. Okay.
I mean,
Any
yeah,
other
we'll check
games?
that out in the
Stuff.
meantime.
I think those are the games for me.
But I mean, as we kind of know, they had a little bit of legal troubles here and there, and supposedly they were using some procedural codes, but well, not procedural codes, but like they actually were using that in initially developing the game. But I guess it's actually
Yeah.
been changed so much, or it's actually not there at all anymore.
I looked into it. I don't think anything's going to come of it, especially the fact that this guy this professor who actually created this code
Mm-hmm.
waited until the game was near release to say something.
Yeah.
It's kind of suspect, and
I was
it's
gonna say
kind of
something about that,
evident to
too.
the fact that he's either looking for something, and I'm not sure, but he's either to trying to get something out of it or trying to stop the game altogether.
It's a little fishy too, because the company that has that licensing right that he, I guess, works for or works with, they've gone bankrupt twice. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that.
So looking at it here, yeah, it does look like on the 9th it's going to come out on the PS4 in North America. and then it's going to be a worldwide release on August 12th for Windows. So you don't have a long time to wait.
Yeah, it got delayed a couple days, but
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
so yeah, if you want it on PC, there it is.
I think it's going to be it's a beautiful looking game. I think it's very interesting that everything's generated to be unique.
The hardest part for that game is going to be keeping everyone's attention. After initially finding, planets and naming planets or whatever you're going to do, what is the end game?
Well, I mean,
there is a center of the universe. I believe that's the end game is getting to that.
I mean, even the developer, the main developer, has said that that's the main objective. And I don't know. I mean, like, everything's unique. Like, the shape of the animal's throat determines its vocal pattern. Like,
Yeah.
the plants are all different. It just has so much that it can offer. And then there's a marketplace that works. There's currency. It has a decent backbone. I think they're going to build on it.
I see it going like Eve or
True.
what's the other space game I'm thinking about? Not Adrift, but oh man, I can't even think of it. Never mind.
Elite
Eve
Dangerous.
was enough. Elite Dangerous. There we go. Thank you.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was Elite Dangerous.
Of course it is. They have that on the Rift, and I want to check it out, but everyone says it's a hardcore space simulator, and you have to do like 4 hours of training just to get your ship off the
I
ground.
think you have to be
amazing.
you have to be a pilot,
You have to be an astronaut
be
to play that
certified.
game.
and even
that
then,
sounds fun.
And the game
so
costs,
that's why I've kind of steered away from it.
it's $170,000 for you to get the game. So you might as well just do it in real life.
Yeah, exactly. I've been looking at the We Happy Few. That just got on early access on Steam, and I want to check it out. So
I was watching someone play that. Can't remember who it was. Sorry.
they had a lot of coverage on E3 about it, and it looked really interesting. The trailer is really creepy. These people take happy pills, and they
I'm out.
you're out.
It's creepy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's pretty amazing though.
Yeah, I mean, look at their masks. Their masks are creepy.
The best part about the game is if you look at the screenshots or if you watch someone play, there's parts of the maps and there's parts of the whole world where it's very bright and colorful, and then you step away or you go down an alley or something and it's just gloomy and it's very different.
Objective.
I'm not sure what the
it's to
objective
survive,
is specifically.
honestly. Yeah.
You basically, everybody's taking these happy pills, and then you are just a guy who stops taking the happy pills.
Yeah.
And the happy
This
pill.
is the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been around as in development for like a few years apparently, and you're just trying not to get caught basically. And it's a really unique idea. The mechanics are really interesting. I mean, it kind of has like a little bit of that when you're trying to evade. Like I almost want to even say like Mirror's Edge, like parkour feel. Like you're gonna jump through a window, and, like, your camera and framing goes all over.
That reminds me of if anyone's ever watched John Carpenter, They Live. I don't know, Sean, if you've ever watched that.
Yeah.
That's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
But it's almost the same premise where this guy, he finds these sunglasses and they kind of show him how the world really is, what the world's really like. It's from the 80s. But it's almost the same premise where this guy just kind of realizes he's living a fake life. And
Yeah, you've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
I got to check it out.
The Equilibrium. That's when we.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about. Yep.
And We Happy Few is on PC and Xbox One.
I know they have the early access program on Xbox One. I'm not sure if that one's on there yet.
Okay.
I know that it is on Steam though.
All right.
Available for
Yeah,
early
Yeah,
access.
this looks really interesting.
Yeah, I've heard good and bad things about it so far. Mostly the procedurally generated stuff, kind of like that No Man's Sky. They had some issues with that, I guess, at launch, but it's been kind of buggy. But I mean, it's early access, so you got to take it.
There's a fair
take
amount
it as
of
it is.
procedurally generated games coming out now. Like it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Only game I really care about is NHL 17 will be coming out.
There you go.
So the beta did come out today. Unfortunately, I was not able to play it because they would not let me. But tomorrow I'll be playing it. But they just finally did what they did a couple years ago with the uniforms and all that. You're able to change your team and everything. We play on the EA Hockey League. So you can actually make your own team. You have your own group of guys that play. And it just makes it a little better for just playing. You can actually change the arena now.
Wait, what can you do the arena?
You can change everything about the arena, seats, the the main video screen, everything. You can change it the way you want to look at it.
So it's like a full campaign.
Yeah,
like
they
you're like an
totally changed
entire.
everything on it.
Sold. I'll play it.
That's pretty
They'll
cool.
start you
really
off
fun.
at a rank instead of you have to work your way up.
Oh, so that's
Oh,
pretty.
wow.
I like that.
How much do I have to pay to be good at the game?
I think $59.99. How much it costs?
Will I become
you
a
just have to have
professional
skill.
skater after playing this game?
Pretty simple to play.
Now,
But-
you say that. Now, I got through PlayStation for free the, what is it, 2K16 or something?
Yeah,
I
the
don't know,
basketball
yeah,
game?
Somebody cried. I felt like I was trying to land a plane playing that game.
You felt like you were playing
Basketball, I wouldn't
elite.
know anything about
I'm
it.
Elite
pretty
Dangerous.
sure
the
you
controls
bought,
are easier.
Elite
for that game.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
there you
have your
go.
normal like A's for pass, those type of deals. It's easier to skate, but they're changing it now where the forwards on the team can be a little better. You have like specialized players where there's shooters and then there's hitters and that type of thing. So they changed it up where a sniper can hit and different things like that. So it's a lot better. They updated a lot of things because NHL 16 was just pretty basic.
Is
Because that was the first one that went to Xbox One.
is this stuff that like people were complaining about and they just kind of listened? or,
Yeah,
like,
that was
that's pretty
basically
cool.
what they did with the entire.
Ryan
Sounds-
just went to the headquarters.
Sounds like
and started
Ryan did
yelling.
his research.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
me and my brother will. We send a lot of comments to EA. So,
Well, that's cool. Well, it sounds like there's good things on the horizon. That's always positive. Good time to be gaming right now, which I do enjoy. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If anyone else has anything to add before we shut her down.
I think that's everything for me.
Okay, we're going to just head on out here. Appreciate you guys listening to our first podcast. We would appreciate some constructive criticism if you have it. And just make sure that you follow us on Twitch. We have a Twitch page up. We have Facebook, YouTube. We'll be putting content on all of those. You can follow us on Twitter at Peasant Gamers. And we look forward to talking to you guys again in our next podcast. See ya.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
bye.